homeowners struggle to keep their homes out of foreclosure, but many have no idea there's a Washington law that could truly save the day for so many families. The attorneys at Advantage Legal Group are at the forefront of letting consumers know about the Washington State Foreclosure Fairness Act. And here to fill us in is the company's founder, attorney Jonathan Smith. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We're going to keep talking about this till everybody knows, because this law is very helpful, but we think only about 10% of people who are affected by potential foreclosure even know about it, right?
That's right. I mean, the economy seems to be getting better and housing prices are rising, but there's still lots and lots of our friends, our family, our co-workers, our neighbors who are really struggling to try and get a modification to their mortgage so they can remain in that home and not become one of the homeless eventually.
Exactly. Those two are not unconnected. And,
no.
People do fall through that net. We saw so much of that in Florida. This law, to me, is a wonderful thing because it, with a housing counselor or an attorney, requires the bank, is that correct, to come to the table with you?
That's correct. Going into this program, you cannot request it yourself. The bank cannot request it for you. It can only be requested on your behalf by a housing counselor or an attorney. And like you alluded to, it is actually overseen by the Washington State Department of Commerce, who has estimated that as many as 90% of the homeowners who could have availed themselves of this program failed to do so. And I got to believe the main reason for that is because nobody knew about it.
Yeah, they don't know, and nobody's required to tell you. So we have to be sure that we talk about this. And if you have a friend or a family member who's going through this circumstance, make sure that they know as well. Let's take a look at a few of your cases and what you were able to do for families.
Absolutely. Well, we work with people before they get to the foreclosure process. Then once they're in the foreclosure process is when you're eligible for the Washington State Foreclosure Fairness Act. But even if you've missed that window of opportunity all the way up to the day of foreclosure, we assist people. While past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, as we always say, I did bring 4 examples. The first one is a Wells Fargo. The original payment was $2,681. We were able to get that only down to $2,618.91, which was only a reduction of $62.29 or 4.125. The interest rate went from 8.2 down to 2.3. But the problem was they were 55 months behind.
Okay.
So it gets more difficult the longer you're behind. It also depends on the program that's available with the loan that you have. If it's a Fannie Mae type loan, you can go down to 2%. You can go down to 2 with many of them. Some of the Freddie Mac loans will only go down to the current market rate, or about 4.1%. So
but isn't the good thing for this family, not only is their interest rate down on it, but they got caught up?
Yeah, a lot of the people in these situations had a job loss, something bad happened a few years ago, they got behind, they couldn't get caught up, so they're just relieved to get caught up again. They didn't really need, because of their income, a real big reduction in their payment. They just needed to get caught up.
Got it. Okay. The second one is from Ditech.
Yeah, Ditech is coming into the area. They bought a lot of loans from other servicers. These people had an original payment of $1,254. We got that down to $797.88. That was a reduction of $456. And I noticed that we put it was 11.5% reduction. That's not correct. It's actually a 36.41% reduction, with the interest rate dropping from 8 to 3.875, and these people were 79 months behind. It's hard to imagine how you can be that far behind, but there's still a lot of them out there.
But it's proof that mediation can overcome a lot of things.
Correct.
In a lot of cases. Green Tree.
Green Tree is next. That payment was a $2,395 payment. We got it down to $1,004. That was a reduction of $1,391 or 58.07%. And these folks had a 3.1%, got them to a 2%, and they were 63 months behind.
Wow, these are all like super long-term problems. I can't even imagine the relief. And Chase is our last case.
Right. Chase, that payment was $1,214. We got it down to $744.86. That's a reduction of $469.60 or 38.67%. Interest rate went from 8% down to 2% fixed.
Okay. Now, I know that you do free consultations with people.
Correct.
Somebody can come in, talk to one of your attorneys or to you, find out if they qualify for this and not have to pay anything to find this information out. But what do we need to bring with us if we come into the office so that you can give us that evaluation?
Absolutely. Of course, we give the free consultations. We ask people to come in with the latest mortgage statement and any notices they've received from the bank, because they're probably calling daily and sending notices constantly, and people are filling out these HAMP forms over and over again only to get nowhere with it. We ask them to bring all that in, and we kind of go over your entire situation, because believe it or not, you can make too little money to get a modification, but you can make too much money to get a modification as well. You have to know how to shape the situation, how you're presenting yourself to optimize your chances of getting the best modification that would be available for you.
What is it that keeps the banks from responding? You mentioned the HAMP program, which was designed to let people refinance. You would think it would be in the bank's interest to get money coming in and not end up with a house they don't want. Why is this so difficult to get over the hump?
I don't know what the problem is. I mean, truly, most people should have gotten a modification by filling out the HAMP package. But 70 to 80%, according to Washington statistics, Washington, D.C. statistics, indicate that 70 to 80% of the people who apply don't get them. Everybody who comes in to see me has at least tried to get a modification pretty much, and they were turned down for one reason or another. A lot of times it's because the homeowners don't really know how to present their situation properly. But a lot of times I'm thinking it's because the people who work there are temporary. It's hard to really tell. They just sort of keep asking for more and more documents until they finally send you a letter that says, we closed out your file because it timed out. And it looks to me like what's happening is they're just not working the files and time is running out, and then they just cancel it.
Well, I'm glad there's an alternative, and thank you for presenting that information. If you want to get in touch with Jonathan or get more information about Advantage Legal Group and to learn whether you qualify for mortgage mediation, just call the toll-free number that's there on your screen, or you can visit our website. We'll have full additional links for you. We'll be right back. Thank you very much.